Welcome, and here we're just looking at the US dollar index just on the Trading Levels charting program and on a weekly chart. And the reason for that is pretty obvious, is that just wanted to point out that there is a trend line of support close on the major sort of trading level there at 80. Even just sort of below that. So even if the US dollar does move through the 80, we still got to consider this trend line through here, and that's the same with the euro as well. This is the US dollar on a 15-minute chart. This appears to be a third wave here, a fourth wave here, so it's likely to drop down through here. But there is that support there that I just mentioned, and this is the same for the euro as well. And this is on a weekly chart here for the euro, and you can see that we've got this trend line just coming through here. So no matter the wave count, there will be resistance there. Now we will also we're also looking at a particular price point, the 137.40, and that's been breached now. So we can start to shift over to a more positive wave count here as well. So if I can just move in through here. So the wave count that we're looking at is this being an A and a B and a C through here, and this should be on the 135 there, of course, and the next level is 138. So we can expect it to find some resistance there as well. Let's just drill into that a little bit further here. So if we're looking at it in a positive light, we'd be looking at it in this way. We'd be looking up for one here, back for two here. We've had this count, been working this count anyway on the intraday level, in the day ahead report, that is. And then looking at this moving up through here. Now, the wave 3 here can move further than the 138 anyway, up into the 139 would be roughly the extension up there. So just doing it in this very simple way here. Oh, it's 138 there. It seems a bit small, but anyway, we can expect the 138 to give us some resistance here as well. And this is this high that we were talking about through here being breached here. So we do have a more of a positive influence here. So in working to the upside here, there's a couple of ways to count this as well. So if we look at wave 1 here on the hourly, wave 2 to here, then this counts to 5 waves up through to here. So this, it does look like a wave 4 here rather than a wave 2, but we've got 1, 2, then the third wave. This is all the third wave here, so this is all, and to here as well, so it'd be the fourth and the fifth to here. So it's quite possible this is a 1 and 2 here. And as I mentioned yesterday, that 137.10 as support, you want to be long. And we're in a little third wave here, so a little fourth wave here. So we're still moving to the upside here as such. So just drilling into that a little bit more through here. So off the 137 here, if we've got a 1 and 2 here, then we can just stay with this count as well. This is corrective here. So even if this gets a bit uglier here, we'll still take out this high here. But this high here will be a strong high because it's 772. So 272 and 772 carry a little bit more weight than a normal 72. But in looking at this here, we can see this is the third wave here, and we'll be looking higher. I think this is still the third wave up into here, and a fourth and a fifth into the 138 area here. So we can expect a larger correction at the 138 here. So next positions can find yourself in buying new highs here for longs. The Australian dollar. Okay, so just First of all, if we just go back to a slightly bigger picture here, and don't worry about the wave count too much, is that the market has really just arrived at 90, and it's been flickering around here, and it's it's kind of new here, isn't it? It's not like it spent a lot of time here, so it hasn't really matured, and I would be very careful in, taking any longer term positions from this particular point here. It's far better off to allow it to mature and have a few more corrections here, and then if it finds support, we'll go long. If not, well, then we'll look to go for new lows. But just want to point that out there, that we really need to allow this to mature. Now, that said, here, this low that we've got here, it does count very nicely for 5 waves up in terms of 1 and 2 here as an A and a B and a C here, and then the third wave up counts nicely as well as the 1 and the 2, a nice strong third wave here, the fourth, and then another little 5 waves here for the fifth of the third, and then we've got the fourth wave here, and then we've also got a nice another 5 waves in here to make the wave 5 here. Now, this move down here, it actually counts as 3 waves down here. And yesterday, so that was corrective. And yesterday we were looking at this structure here, which only, I'll zoom in there now. So yesterday we were looking, I spent a bit of time counting this structure up here because I think we were in around here somewhere. And in counting this up here, I counted it as an A wave and a B wave and a C wave because it had 5 waves here, and then it had another 5 waves here. But now the interesting thing is that we've got this new high here, which gives us 5 waves to the upside. Yes, I could just put the 5 waves here, but that doesn't really sort of add up for me in terms of all the work that we've done in counting all the wave structures all the way coming up through here. So we do have this extra impulse wave here. Now, what that could mean, it could mean that that we have 5 waves up here, we have an A and a B and a C here, pulling back to the 50-60%, and then we can be moving up here further. So then we would have to count this 5 waves here as 5 waves up for wave 1, back for wave 2 here, and then looking at wave 3 moving up through here. So that could be very interesting. So let's just allow this little ABC here to play out, and if it gets back up and finds support on 90.50 or 90.30, then we can look to go long from there. But if it finds this 90 here as a retested resistance like this up here on lower volume and increasing volume here, and takes out this low here, then we know that we've got a top in here. But while it stays above here and just does a 3-wave swing here and climbs back up and moves back above, if that is the high there, and it moves down here in the same, the A wave and the C wave will be about the same length. So if it does give us an A and a B and a C down through here and pops down below the 90, then gets back up and starts getting support, you could even trade long through 10, 20 and 30 here, and then add on 50 as well and build it on that side. So just allow it to mature a little bit through here until we and look for it from that point there. So basically under here we got weakness. If it gives us 3 waves here and then finds support, it's good if it does poke down below the 90 because then it's tested lower, and then we can look for support on each of these little sub levels in here, subgroup 1. The Euro Aussie, just in the bigger picture here, the 2 hours, we were looking at this being 5 waves up through here. So if this is giving us 5 waves here, after the correction, it'll give us another 5, and that's what we're looking for here. Okay, so we'll look at building a long trade here, and so let's have a look at that. So this is coming up from that particular low here, and it does appear that we've got 5 waves up through here. So I was looking for an A and a B and a C. This is the 50 and the 61.8 retracement level. Look, it may not come down through to this here. It may do, it may not. So look, once the see how the Australian session goes, and if it starts to make new highs here, then obviously just look to go long on 152.30 and adding on 152.50, and you'll catch that run up through there. But if it's a very soft session, then you have to wait for the European session, and let's then see how this develops across here. But a move below the 152 would be nice, because then it's tested low and it's like checking the demand, and it also balances this trend up through here, because if you got a trend, then you want the correction to balance the books, so to speak, and then move up from there above the level. So So that would be the perfect setup looking for this here. So continue on that track. The pound yen, yesterday we're looking for, it's just a 2-hour chart here, we're looking for a larger correction across the 170 here. We were looking for a short-term trade to finish off the fifth wave here, fifth of the third, up into 172. It didn't quite make it to the 172, and I should have pointed out to go on to the 171.72 rather than the 172. It's always good to get out just before the big, and before big numbers. You don't have to trade to them. It's a bit dangerous that way because all the orders are going to be sitting there anyway. So, but anyway, look, what we're looking for here is wave 4 to pull back to wave 4 of 1 less degree through here. So let's sort of see how that goes. But we are in a trend and we don't want to miss it in case it makes new highs. So we always need to have a strategy for that as well. So the strategy here is roll from the 172 that we're chasing. This move down here does appear impulsive, 5 waves. So we may get an A and a B and a C back up through here. So to go long, the 171.30 is what we'd be looking for here. So forget the 171 here and look for the 130 through here, and that would be a nice support on here, would be to the upside. Yes, of course you can get into on the 171 as well, but otherwise, if that's not the case, because we got 5 here, we can expect the correction maybe in here, the A, the B, and the C for the B here, and we could be moving down through to here. So be nice if it tests, a little bit below the 70 here and then finds support and then moves up through there. So think of that. But otherwise, if this, moves back up onto the 171, then start thinking and looking, and you'll have your own setups. You've got your all your tools to do that. But either down here and then up, or straight up from here. The euro yen. Okay, so just starting on the daily chart here, what we're looking for here was a wave 4 back, and we feel that we found that, and this move down through here can be counted as an ABC correction. But even though it's just in 3 waves here, it could even get a little bit bigger and uglier. It could get something like, down here for the ABC, that might just be the A wave, and then the B wave in 3 waves, pulling back up to the 61.8%, which is the top of that circle there, and then get 5 waves down here to complete a larger A, B, and C here. That's possible for that to occur. So we need to be a little bit mindful of that. But otherwise, we're looking for 5 waves straight up through here. So with that in mind, we're looking at it like this. So from the low here, we're looking at 5 waves up for wave 1, and A, B, C for wave 2, and now we're looking for wave 3 up through here. So the idea was to build into this trade through here, adding on the 140 and the 140.30 and the 150 and so forth, and we're at the 141 now. So being at the 141, of course, we need to look for the classic trading levels pattern. So the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, some type of corrective pattern that you can recognize, and then move off again here as well. But also remember, on the daily chart we had a look at the 141, I think it was, or the 142 here is the 50 and 60% retracement level. So you will be moving into supply area here. So sellers, longer term sellers. So the situation here, because we're in a 3rd wave here, if it doesn't display 3rd wave activity, that means like strong moves like this to the upside. If it's really faltering and really struggling, then that supply and the sellers are really sort of taking hold of the market. But as it stands so far, it is looking very chirpy to the upside. So. And this is the chart that we were looking at yesterday. I just wanted to bring it into the bigger picture. First of all, we had this ABC here, and the idea was to go long straight in through here on the 90s, 139.30 and so forth, and just keep adding all the way up. And we are getting this impulse structure to the upside. So, that's exactly what we're looking for. So just keep adding to the upside. All good. All right, cheers.